Hello and good morning friends, welcome to the CEC Reset Live lecture. Dear friends, as you know that we are carrying a series on marketing management and with the numerous sessions till now, we believe that we have able to cater to your needs on the particular series that is on marketing management, as we have covered various perspectives, various aspects under marketing management. Today also we are going to talk on one of the interesting topics under marketing management, as well as I would like to say all those students who are into branding or studying branding, or all those students who wanted to know about how brand management is done, what kind of management is brand management. So dear friends, I would like to tell you all that today under the series that is marketing management, we are going to discuss on brand management, and for this we have again with us in our studios Dr. Subhash Kakkar. Dr. Kakkar is very efficiently carrying the series on marketing management, and I would like to thank him again and again for giving precious inputs to the series. And today also we are going to get deep insight into the topic that is brand management through Dr. Subhash Kakkar. So without wasting any time, I would like to welcome our guest, Dr. Kakkar. Dr. Kakkar, welcome to the Reset lecture.
Thank you and welcome viewers. Today's lecture is on brand management. As you know that we have been carrying a series of lectures on the subject marketing management. Under this series, we have covered a number of important topics which are part of the studies and which are useful for the industry also. And today viewers will learn regarding brand management. Under this, we will study how the analysis and planning is carried out by the marketing function of the organization to see that proper brand management, brand and its image is formed in the eyes of customers, and the brand should be perceived in a proper perspective, what exactly we want to say through the brand, and it should go directly to the customers. Brand has a name, brand has perspectives attached to it. Brand also tell us the attributes of the product. Some brands tell us the aesthetics of a product. We name a brand, immediately we will come to know that this product is going to be very handsome, very beautiful, very good looking. Another brand will tell us that the product attached to this brand will have a quality. Another feature can also be seen from the brand, that this particular product with this brand will always be reliable. So brands are attached with different attributes. A proper analysis and proper planning is to be carried out so that the brand is perceived by the customers in a proper perspective. So today we are going to devote time to study the brand management, and this is an important function which is to be carried out by the marketing people. Without this, we cannot have a product launched in the market, we cannot have its market share increase. So, a lot of things are to be attached to this brand management. So, today we are going to see what exactly is the meaning of brand. First, we will have to understand the word brand. So, without wasting much of time on the formalities, I will just go with the lecture. This lecture is on brand management, and this will be covered in two parts, part 1 and part 2. Part 1 will be covered today and part 2 will be covered in our next lecture. Brand management begins with having a thorough knowledge of the term brand. And we'll see what all things which are connected or related to brand must be discussed today. Brand, it includes developing a promise, making that promise and maintaining it. As I already discussed, any brand and that brand has a promise attached to it, and promise can be in the form of quality, reliability, aesthetics of the product. We say that unique selling proposition, but the brand talks about unique selling promise. So, brand has USP attached to it, and the meaning of USP is unique selling promise. And that promise is given by the brand, a particular brand. It means defining the brand, positioning the brand, and delivering the brand. There are three aspects which are to be carried out by the marketing people. Brand, its positioning, and then delivering the brand to the customers. Brand management is nothing but an art of creating and sustaining the brand in the eyes of the customers, in the eyes of the target audience. Branding makes customers committed to your business. If the brand is good, reliable, then it will make the customers loyal to the brand and loyal to the company. A strong brand differentiation keeps your products from the competitors. It gives a quality image to your business. If you have a good brand, it will give you an advantage and an edge over your competitors. So, we have to take care of the brand in a proper perspective, so that it goes directly into the minds of the people, so that every time if they want a product to be purchased, they should attach that product with the brand. They should go for the brand, what the product is having, and they should buy the product as per the brand what they like. Brand management includes managing the tangible and intangible characteristics of brand. The characteristics of a brand are in two forms. One is tangible, other is intangible. We will discuss the tangible characteristics as well as the intangible characteristics for both manufactured products as well as for service products. In case of product brands, the tangibles include the product itself, the brand and the product. Now, we are discussing the characteristics which are tangible in nature. The product itself is tangible because we can see the product. Its price is also tangible because we can see the price on the price tag. Packaging, etc. is also tangible because it is visible to us when we see the product lying on the shelf in a shop or in a mall. While in case of service brands, service products, the tangibles include the customer's experience attached to the service they receive from the supplier. And this is tangible in nature. The services which are provided by the organizations in the service industry are tangible in nature. The intangibles attached to the service industry include emotional connections with the product / service. When we talk of a brand, customers are attached emotionally and sentimentally to the brand. When emotions and sentiment are attached to a brand, then the customers become loyal to the brand and loyal to the company which the product is manufacturing or the company which is providing the services, the service products and the manufactured products and their brands play with the sentiments and the emotions of the customers. Now we'll see what is branding. Branding is assembling of various marketing mix medium into a whole so as to give you an identity. It is nothing but capturing your customer's mind with your brand name. It gives an image of an experienced, huge and reliable business. I would rather say that a brand and its name mesmerizes the customer's mind and the customer's hearts. People see a brand, they attach their emotions, their sentiments to the brand, and then they go for purchasing the product attached to that brand. In other words, if somebody wants a product and the product is being manufactured by 2-3 manufacturers, the customer will like to buy the product which is coming from the brand to which the customer is emotionally and sentimentally attached. When I say emotionally and sentimentally attached, the customer is attached to a brand based on some attribute of the brand. Maybe quality, maybe aesthetics, maybe reliability, maybe price also. So, this is the emotional and sentimental aspect of the brand. Branding is all about capturing the niche market for your product, service, and about creating a confidence in the current and prospective customers' minds that you are the unique solution to their problem. A brand tells the customer that the product attached to this brand is the only solution to the customer's need, want and requirement. So, customer must buy the product attached to the brand which he likes, because that is the only solution to his problem, and that is given by the branding part of a brand. The aim of branding is to convey, there are 3 things which are conveyed by a branding process: the brand message vividly, create customer loyalty, persuade the buyer for the product, and establish an emotional connectivity with the customer. These 3 things are done by branding process. First, a brand message is passed on to the customers, target customers, vividly and clearly. The create customer loyalty, a loyalty is created in the minds of customers, and it also persuade the buyer for the product. The buyer must buy the product attached to the brand which is liked by the customer. It also establishes an emotional connectivity with the customer. Emotions and sentiments are also attached by means of branding process. Branding forms customer perceptions about the product. It should raise customer expectations about the product. Branding, what does it do? It creates some sort of perceptions of the product in the minds of the customers, and it also raises customer expectations about the product. When I have already explained, brand is attached to some attribute of a product. If we see any brand and its new product, then that particular attribute which is attached to the brand comes into our mind. Now, for example, a brand is seen for the quality of products or the robust design of the products, and the company with the same brand name has come up with a new product, and then this new product will be seen by the customers as having a robust design and having the best quality. This is the meaning of branding. The primary aim of branding is to create differentiation. What is this differentiation? This differentiates one product from the other product, one competitor from the other competitor. So, this differentiates the product in the market based on the brand only. Strong brands reduce customers' perceived monetary, social and safety risks in buying goods or services. There are three types of risks attached when a customer buys a product, whether it is manufactured product or it is service product, like monetary, social and safety. Monetary as far as the price is concerned, social. Under social, there are so many things which are attached to social activity with respect to any product. And then safety also, we want a product to be safe also. In the service industry, we want also safe operations. So, all these three are answered by the brand name of the product. The customers can better imagine the intangible goods with the help of brand name. The intangible which cannot be seen are connected with the brand name. There are certain things which we can see without naming the brand, but if we name the brand, intangible things are also visible to the customers. They see the intangible qualities of a product just based on the brand name. Strong brand organizations have a high market share. Again, this is a statement, this is a correct and valid statement. A very strong brand name has a very good market share. So, to improve the market share, one has to have a good and a strong brand name. The brand should be given good support so that it can sustain itself in long run. It is essential to manage all brands and build brand equity over a period of time. Here comes importance and usefulness of brand management. So, what is brand management? What all activities are taken care of by brand management? First, it is to give support to the brand so that it is sustained and it remains in the market for a long time to go. And it should make a solid image in the minds of the customers so that they should remember it forever. Brand management helps in building a corporate image. So, corporate image itself is attached to the brand. If we have a solid brand in the market, the corporate image will also be solid in the market. A brand manager has to oversee overall brand performance. How the brand is performing, the marketing people, and more importantly, the brand manager is to take care of all the activities so that brand is properly managed. A successful brand can only be created if the brand management system is competent. Our system, our management system of brand performance must be competent, must be robust, must be analytical, so that our brand can withstand any changes in the market whatsoever without losing on the market share. Important concepts of brand management. Now we'll see what all concepts are attached to the brand management. There is a big list. Brand personality, brand awareness, brand loyalty, brand association, building a brand, brand equity and customer equity, brand extension, co-branding, definition of brand, brand name, brand attributes, brand positioning, brand identity, sources of brand identity, brand image, brand identity versus brand image. All these concepts are actively attached to brand management. And the manager who is looking after brand management is to see all these concepts which are connected to a brand. And he is to properly analyze all the activities related with all these concepts. He is to manage all these concepts in such a way that brand becomes solid, brand becomes robust, brand enters and penetrates the minds of people, its customers, so that every time a customer wants a product, he should attach a brand name to the product and buys the product. Understanding brand and what is a brand. Now we'll devote some time in understanding what exactly is brand. Brands are different from products. Naturally, brands are different, products are different, and we can easily say that brands are different from products in a way that brands are what the customers buy, while products are what concerned companies make. What the companies make are products. What the customers buy, they buy the brand. Brand is an accumulation of emotional and functional associations. Brand is a promise that the product will perform as per customer expectation. Customer, brand, and the attribute attached to the brand the customer is going to buy. On the other hand, the companies are manufacturing, are providing products, and the customers are buying brands, and the attributes are attached to the brands, and the unique selling promise is also attached to a brand, what the customer is going to buy. Brand shapes customers' expectations about the product. I said, a brand is there and an attribute is attached to it. It raises the expectations in the minds of customers when they see a brand attached to a product. A brand is for quality, then the customers expect a quality from the product which is attached to that brand. Brands usually have a trademark which protects them from use by others. So, a trademark is also attached to a brand. A brand gives particular information about the organization, good or service, differentiating it from others in marketplace. A brand name is there and maybe a trademark is also there. Brand and trademark differentiate a product in the market from other competitors' products. Brand carries an assurance about the characteristics that make the product or service unique. A brand is unique, a service is unique, and the attributes of the product attached to the brand are also unique. A strong brand is a means of making people aware of what the company represents and what are its offerings. Brand, it gives a promise to the customers, it gives offerings to the customers. Brand is known for a particular attribute and the customers go for that attribute when they buy a brand. To a consumer, brand means and signifies what? Source of product, delegating responsibility to the manufacturer of product, lower risk. I said monetary, social and safety risks are there and these are reduced, lower risk, less search cost. People don't have to search for the product as per the attributes they want from the product because brand and the brand has a meaning attached to it in the form of the attribute, in the form of the unique promise it gives. Quality symbol, some of the brands are quality symbols and deal are packed with the product manufacturer. And then finally symbolic device. Brands simplify consumers' purchase decisions and it rather helps in taking a decision. It helps the customer to take a decision on choosing a product and when a brand is attached to the product because the brands give the attributes. Over a period of time, consumers discover the brands which satisfy their needs. Over a period of time, customers come across with different brands and different brands have different attributes of the products attached to them. With due course of time and with experience, the customers know that a particular brand has a particular attribute attached to it. When they want a product with a particular attribute, they will go for a particular brand only. If the customers recognize a particular brand and have knowledge about it, they make quick purchase decisions and save a lot of time. This is a meaning when we say that it reduces search time because brands, attributes and the customer wants and requirements, when these are matched and brands help them in matching the requirements of the customers, then the search time is reduced. Also they save search costs for product, which we have already explained. Consumers remain committed and loyal to a brand as long as they believe and have an implicit understanding that the brand will continue meeting their expectations and perform in the desired manner consistently. When they have a faith, when they have a trust that a particular brand which is known for a particular attribute will consistently give that attribute, and then people will go for that brand and the manufacturer will give the product under that brand. As long as the consumers get benefits and satisfaction from consumption of the product, they will more likely continue to buy the brand. When their continuity is there in purchasing a product, and that continuity will translate into the market share, and the market share will keep on increasing when we have a solid brand in the market. Brands also play a crucial role in signifying certain product features to consumers. When certain features are to be given to the customers, when certain features are to be made known to the customers, these are done through the image the brand carries, and that brand tells the features to the customers. and this is the advantage of having a solid brand in the market. Now, we will discuss. To a seller, brand means and signifies basis of competitive advantage. Brand gives an edge over the competitors. It gives an advantage over the competitors because brand has already been established in the market. That is going to give the advantage to the seller, and the customers buy that product by the brand only. Way of bestowing products with unique associations. This is a benefit the seller gets from a solid brand. Way of identification to easy handling. Way of legal protection of products, unique traits and features. Sign of quality to satisfied customer, means of financial returns, and also risks which are involved when customer wants to buy a product, and these risks are monetary, social and safety, and these are answered by a brand, that risks are minimum with this particular brand. A brand, in short, can be defined as a seller's promise to provide consistently a unique set of characteristics, advantages and services to the buyers or the customers. What are these? Unique characteristics, unique advantages and unique services. These three things are attached to a brand name. So, we can again define a brand as a seller's promise to provide consistently a unique set of characteristics, advantages and services to the buyers oblique customers. It is a name, term, sign, symbol or a combination of all these planned differentiate the goods oblique services of one seller or group of sellers from those of competitors. And we can take examples from our daily experiences. A brand connects the four crucial elements of an enterprise, and these crucial elements are customers, employees, management and shareholders. Brand is nothing but an assortment of memories of customers' mind. Brand represents values, ideas and even personality. So, we have discussed the crucial elements of an enterprise. I will repeat, these crucial elements are customers, employees, management and shareholders. Brand is a set of functional, emotional and rational associations. We are discussing three things here: functional, emotional and rational associations and benefits which have occupied target market's mind. Associations are nothing but the images and symbols associated with the brand or brand benefits. So, we have attached certain symbols with the brands. So, these we call associations. So, brand name. Brand name is one of the brand elements which help the customers to identify and differentiate one product from another. So, this is differentiated by the brand name. It should be chosen very carefully as it captures the key theme of a product in an efficient and economical manner. So, brand name should be such that it gives the key characteristics of the product, or the key characteristics of the product must be known from its brand name. It can easily be noticed, brand name, and it should be easily be noticed, and its meaning can be stored and triggered in the memory instantly. It should remain in the memory. The name should be such that it remains in the memory of the customers for a long time. Choice of a brand name requires a lot of research. Brand names are not necessarily associated with the product. For instance, brand names can be based on places, animals, or birds or people. So, the viewers can now associate certain brand names which are based on the names of the places, which are based on the animals, which are based on the birds, which are based on the people. And they will find that the brands are attached on the names of these certain things. Features of a good brand name. Now, we are going to discuss the different features of a good brand name. A good brand name should have following characteristics. It should be unique and distinctive. It should be extendable. It should be easy to pronounce, identified and memorized. It should give an idea about products' qualities and benefits. It should be easily convertible into foreign languages. It should be capable of legal protection and registration. It should suggest product/service category. It should indicate concrete qualities. It should not portray bad/wrong meanings in other categories. Now, we will discuss the process of selecting a renowned and successful brand name. Define the objectives of branding in the terms of 6 criterions, and these 6 criterions are descriptive, suggestive, compound, classical, arbitrary, and fanciful. It is essential to recognize the role of brand within the corporate branding strategy and the relation of brand to other brand and products. It is also essential to understand the role of brand within entire marketing program as well as a detailed description of the niche market must be considered. Second point, generation of multiple names. Any potential source of names can be used. Organization, management and employees. These are the different sources who can give us the names of a brand. And these employees can be current or potential customers, agencies and professional consultants. So, these sources should be tapped when deciding about the name of a brand. When we have chosen the different sources of brand names, then we have to decide on one of these sources to give us a proper name. Screening of names. Then we have to screen the names which we have got on the basis of branding, objectives and marketing considerations so as to have a more synchronized list. The brand names must not have connotations, should be easily pronounceable, should meet the legal requirements, etc. And this will be done through screening process. Gathering more extensive details on each of the finalized names. There should be extensive international legal search done. These searches are the times on a sequential basis because of the expense involved. Now, we have to see globally also whether the name what we have chosen is globally applicable or not. On the basis of legal and international legal requirements. Conducting consumer research also is to be done here in selecting the brand name. Consumer research is often conducted so as to confirm management expectations as to the remembrance and meaningfulness of the brand names. The features of the product, its price and promotion may be shown to the consumers so that they understand the purpose of the brand name and the manner in which it will be used, and this should be explained through some dialogue with the customers, some dialogue with the target audience, so that they should know the brand name. They should immediately connect some of the features of the product with the brand name, whether it is monetary aspect, whether it is aesthetic aspect, whether it is quality aspect, whether it is reliability aspect. We can also attach availability aspect of the product with the name of the brand attached to the product. Consumers can be shown actual 3D packages as well as animated advertising or boards. Several samples of consumers must be surveyed depending on the niche market involved. We can have physically 3D image of the product shown to the customers, because we are going to attach a brand name with the product. Sixth point to be discussed here is, that is, on the basis of the above steps, management can finalize the brand name that maximizes the, what are these things which are to be maximized? Organization's branding and marketing objectives, and then finally and formally register the brand name. Then brand attributes. Now we are going to discuss the brand attributes. What are the attributes which are attached to the brands? Brand attributes portray a company's brand characteristics. They signify the basic nature of brand. A brand is there, it gives the main characteristic of the company. It depicts the characteristics of the company for which the company is existing. Brand attributes are a bundle of features that highlight the physical and personality aspects of the brand. Attributes are developed through images, actions, or presumptions. Brand attributes help in creating brand identity. When I say attributes, organizations are there based on their vision statement, based on their mission statement. They tell us their characteristics, and these characteristics are with respect to the organizations. When we have brand name, and these brand names must give us the meaning of the characteristics attached to the organizations, and these are given by the brand attributes which we are discussing right now. Brand attributes must give us the characteristics of the organization. A strong brand must have following attributes. Now we are discussing the different attributes of a brand name. A brand must tell us relevancy in its attributes. What is the meaning of relevancy? A strong brand must be relevant. It must meet people's expectations and should perform the way they want it to. A good job must be done to persuade consumers to buy the product. Else, in spite of your product being unique, people will not buy it. This relevancy part of the attribute of a brand forces the customer to buy the product by a particular brand name. Uniqueness of the product must be shown as an attribute in the brand of a product. It should be relevant, and this relevant portion must be seen by the customers when they buy a product. And this relevance portion is given by the brand name. The brand must give a relevance, what the customers require, what the customers want, what the customer needs are, and that must be given by the brand name. Consistency. Now we talk about consistency as a brand attribute. A consistent brand signifies what the brand stands for and builds customers' trust in brand. A consistent brand is where the company communicates messages in a way that does not deviate from the core brand propositions. A brand is known for a particular proposition, for a particular attribute, and the product must not miss that particular message, particular proposition, particular attribute. Consistently, the brand must provide these characteristics, these propositions and attributes in the products which are attached to a particular brand. This is the meaning of consistency in providing necessary characteristics, necessary propositions to the customers as per their needs, wants and requirements. Proper positioning is another attribute of a brand. A strong brand should be positioned so that it makes a place in target audience mind and they prefer it over the brands which are available in the market. Now we have to position the brand in the target audience. For that we must identify the target audience. When we have identified the target audience, we know their needs, we know their wants, we know their requirements. When we know all these things, we have to give a brand to the target audience which is going to fulfill the requirements of the target customers. When such is the case, the target audience will buy the product under that particular brand name, because the brand name is having a characteristic, is having a promise attached to it, which is as per the requirement of the target audience. This is the way to increase the market share by properly positioning the brand in the minds of the target audience. Sustainable. A strong brand makes a business competitive. Sustainable brand drives an organization towards innovation and success. Success is achieved by sustainable brand name. Sustainable brand name helps in innovation also, because we know that the organization know that their brand is known for a quality, then they will innovate in such a way that the product which they are going to provide to the customer must be a quality product, and it will make their business very competitive also. Credibility is another attribute. A strong brand should do what it promises. The way you communicate your brand to the audience, public customers, should be realistic. It should not fail to deliver what it promises. Do not exaggerate, as customers want to believe in the promises you make to them. Here is the credibility. How this credibility can be won? It can be won by providing what the customers require from the brand, and it should be given to them. It will make the company credible. The brand name will become credible when it provides the required attribute attached to it to the customers. Inspirational. A strong brand should transcend, inspire the category it is famous for. So there should be inspirations attached to the brand for which the brand is known for. Uniqueness. A strong brand should be different and unique. It should set you apart from other competitors in market. The brand should be unique, and it should be unique in the sense that it differentiates you in the market among the different competitors. Appealing. A strong brand should be attractive. Customers should be attracted by the promise you make and by the value you deliver. Promise attached to the brand and the value attached to the brand must be delivered to the customers, and the customers must be attracted by it when they see the brand. So, the brand must always be appealing. Brand positioning, definition and concept. Now, we are going to discuss positioning, definition and the concept. Brand positioning refers to target consumers, reason to buy your brand in preference to others. Why the customers prefer your brand over the competitor's brand? This we are going to discuss now. It is ensured that all brand activity has a common aim, is guided, directed and delivered by the brand's benefits, reasons to buy, and it focuses at all points of contact with the consumer. Focus is carried out on all the points where the customers come in contact. So, all the activities are guided, directed and delivered by the brand's benefits and reasons to buy. Brand positioning must make sure that these are very important things. The positioning, what is carried out, must ensure that is it unique, distinctive versus competitors. That uniqueness of the brand must be compared with the competitors, and it should be properly analyzed. Is it significant and encouraging to the niche market? Is it appropriate to all major geographic markets and businesses? This one has to see. Is the proposition validated with the unique, appropriate and original products? All these things are to be seen. I can repeat it for the viewers that brand positioning must make sure that whether it is unique, distinctive with respect to competitors. We are also to see, is it significant and encouraging to the niche market? Is it appropriate to all major geographic markets and businesses? Is the proposition validated with the unique, appropriate and original products? Is it sustainable? We talked about sustainable brands. Can it be delivered constantly across all points of contact with the consumer? Is it helpful for organization to achieve its financial goals? Is it able to support and boost up the organization? All these things are to be seen. In order to create a distinctive place in the market, a niche market has to be carefully chosen and a differential advantage must be created in their mind. Brand positioning is a medium through which an organization can portray its customers what it wants to achieve for them and what it wants to mean to them. Positioning is to be carried out with respect to target audience. The meaning of brand positioning is a medium through which an organization can portray its customers what it wants to achieve for them and what it wants to mean to them. So, the brand, what it is going to achieve for the customers and what it is going to deliver it to the customers. Brand positioning forms customers' views and opinions because it is being carried out with respect to the target audience. Brand positioning can be defined as an activity of creating a brand offer in such a manner that it occupies a distinctive place and value in the target customer's mind. I said in the beginning, the brand must hit the minds of the customers, and these customers are our target audience. Brand should be positioned in such a way that it directly enters into the minds and the hearts of people where we are going to address our brand and the product. When we are able to enter the minds of the people or the target audience significantly and effectively, then the target audience will finally buy our product only because of the brand for which the product stands for. The positioning you choose for your brand will be influenced by the competitive stance you want to adapt. Brand positioning involves identifying and determining points of similarity and difference to ascertain the right brand identity and to create a proper brand image. Here, once again, we are explaining brand positioning, which involves identifying and determining points of similarity and difference to ascertain the right brand identity and to create a proper brand image. Brand positioning is the key of marketing strategy. When we talk of strategic marketing management, brand positioning plays an important role because it is the key of marketing strategy. A strong brand positioning directs marketing strategy by explaining the brand details, the uniqueness of brand and its similarity with the competitive brands, as well as the reasons for buying and using that specific brand. Positioning is the base for developing and increasing the required knowledge and perceptions of the customers. It is a single feature that sets your service apart from your competitors. So, positioning is that important for any product. There are various positioning errors. Quickly we will review under positioning, over positioning. Under positioning, this is a scenario in which the customers have a blurred and unclear idea of the brand. Over positioning, this is a scenario in which the customers have too limited awareness of the brand. Confused positioning, this is a scenario in which the customers have a confused opinion of the brand. And now we will talk about the double positioning. This is a scenario in which customers do not accept the claims of a brand. So viewers, today we discussed the brand management. Some portion of brand management is covered today. I hope I was able to make the concepts, attributes, positioning of the brand clear to the viewer. Thank you so much.
With this note, thank you, sir. Thank you so very much for giving your precious time as well as precious inputs to this lecture. We would be meeting again. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.